and welcome. I'm Shirley and this is my Flosstube channel, Crazy Cat Lady Stitches, and today is my May update and I have quite a lot of it to show you and tell you. So before I do anything, let me just say, if you like needlework, cross stitch, tapestry, embroidery, I tend to do all of those above, and if you want to see my progress, I try and do a monthly update. So today, as I said, is an update, and in this update I am going to talk about what I've stitched on this month. I have a couple of new starts and a restart. I've been to Wales, so I'll show you my new stash that I got in Wales. And I've been doing a bit of charity shopping when I've been going to the vets with my senior cat Daisy, who's got hypothyroidism, and with my youngest when he goes in for his wearing tablets. I might as well let them have the fuss of trying to get it down his throat. Without further ado, let me show you what I've been stitching on. Now the first one is from Cottage Garden Samplings, Santa's House in their Fabulous House series. This is number 1. I've made quite a bit of progress. I have completed all the pinks and reds here. I've just got to finish off the whites and the other colours. I have done that part of the doorway and that. So all I've got to do is finish this bit and then do the roof, and I've got the house, and then I can do the rest of it. So this is stitched on Even Weave 40 count 11 by 11 from Coffee Craft Fabrics, and I've also received from Coffee Craft Fabrics the next 3. So I have got the castle and I've got the fabric to go with that one, so it's all going to match. Then I've got the greenhouse, which I absolutely love. I can't wait to do that. So I've got that one, and then I've got the cottage there. So my plan of trying to do one a month has gone out the window, but I will catch up with it. It's just some of my stitching time has been thwarted by my hands. Sometimes it's a bit painful to stitch. So there we go. That's my first offering for this month of May. Now in the next I've got 3 new starts, and that's what I've been working on first of all. Now the first one is a restart. I'll put the picture up here. This is Gaia from Bella Filipina. This is also fabric from Coffee Craft Fabrics, and it's a 32 count, and I can't tell you the colour, but I just love it, and when the golds and the browns go on, it's gonna pop. So that's that one. So I can't say much, but I've managed to stitch here. I restarted it because the previous one I did a lot of miscounting and I started putting beads in, and I then realised what an idiot I was putting the beads in. So I'm redoing this. I am waiting for a new frame or new stand to put my frames in, and it's being custom made. I don't know if you've heard of spiking frames. I'll put a picture up here, and it's going to be for my Nurge tension frames, so I can put things on like this and be able to stitch and put the beads on as I travel, which is my preferred thing, but in a hoop it doesn't work very well. So I'm just working on this at the moment. So this is one of the pieces that I'll be working on this month. Then the next one is from a charity shop, and it was in a bundle of charts and other things, and I'll show you those later. But this is an embroidery and it is called Cruel Work, and I imagine it is about 30 years old, this, and I've been working on this and it's been a joy because it's when I'm tired or finished a shift at work and I want to do a bit of stitching to just chill out. I'll pick this up to do a couple of satin stitches or bricks or splits things that are short and long stitch. You know, I'll just pick this up and do that. And she's beginning to look gorgeous. So I've just got to finish the hair here, then the flowers this side, and then do her body, and then I'll work on these other flowers. And hopefully as I go through, my technique will improve. But as it's freehand and freestyle, it's my choice. But I have got instructions of how to stitch and what to stitch it there. So that's that one. And my next one is a new start. I was hoping that when I was in Wales that I would do a bit more, but I didn't, and I'll show you why. And this is the start of a house. It's called Spring on Lock Lane, and it's by the Old Barn Stitching Company, and the designer is Little Loops on YouTube. So she's not put a video up as much yet, but this is her one of her first few designs in her new company, and she has changed her style a lot, and I'm loving this, and I'm waiting, and I have seen some of the other ones that she's planning to design, and I can't wait. This one is absolutely gorgeous. I can't give too much away, but I'd love to stitch it, and I'd love to stitch it as it is rather than I can't say too much, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Just keep it out. And if you're interested, there's an event in July in Rotherham in the UK in the Magna called the Big Stitch Event. I'm going to that and I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to meet Jacob. Oh, yes. I'm going to meet Jacob, and there's going to be all sorts of other famous people there, and there'll be Instagrammers and YouTubers. So it's going to be a wonderful weekend at the end of July. But I'm going ahead of myself. Let's get back. So the next thing I've done, it doesn't seem like I've done a lot, but as I said, my hand's been sort of playing up, and I have got a new start that I started in Wales. I picked the fabric up at Create Nostalgia. Oh, that's a lovely visit. Oh, it was gorgeous. Going to Create Nostalgia. Oh, it was like a kid in Candyland. Right, so while I was there, I picked up the silks and the material for this chart. Now this is A Good Marriage by Lizzie Kate, and I'm doing this for my 25th anniversary, which is next year, so I'm hoping to have it completed hopefully by November retreat, so I can go to Lisa at Atlas Framing and get it framed. Cats get everywhere. But this is the progress I have done since I picked it up and started in Wales. I must admit I have been stitching on this when my hands have been able to stitch for a while. So there is what I've done so far. And it's a lovely, lovely little stitch. I'm quite enjoying it, and The material is 40 count. Lamb's wool linen. So that's that one, and that actually is the called for. I didn't realise it was the called for fabric. But there's I'll show you some more fabric that I've got while I was at Create Nostalgia. So yeah, so that's that one. So those are the ones that I've been stitching on. Now, plans for the next month, for this month, June, is I am going to do for my full coverage Romeo and Juliet from Teresa Wendlisser. Now this is my oldest whip. I'll put a photo of the thing, the project here. This is over 34. Yes, it must be about 34 years old. It's been in my stash. I've pulled it out, put it back in again, but I'm just going to try and finish this. My aim for June is to finish all the gaps down here and up this wall and make a big dent on this quarter. And that is my aim for this month. So if I do an hour a day or a couple of hours a day when I'm not working and my hands are up to it, this is going to be one of the ones I'm going to be doing. So look at that. And it is gorgeous. And they've got speciality stitches around the edge, as you will see in the photograph. And yes, that is one of my projects for this month. My other project is that I'm hoping to get a finish. I've only got roughly just over a quarter to do, and this is the Moonlight Moggies. It's from the World of Cross Stitch, and it's on Midnight Glow fabric, which is 16 count. Now I've moved from Ada to even weave, so this shows you how long this has been in. And yes, that is my aim, to have that done so I can completely have it done. But isn't it gorgeous? I can't remember what issue, but it must be a couple of years back, and I'm just gonna get on and get this cracked on and finished. That is my goal for this month, is to finish this one and to work on the other one. So I've only got two major things to do. Those are my plans and projects for this month. But the big thing for this month is that I'm going to Not the Only Mirabilia retreat in Sedgwick Hall in June. I'm really looking forward to this. It is my first big retreat that's not local, and I am really excited. I will be taking with me, or I'm planning to take with me, the Romeo and Juliet, because I want to get some real progress on that this month. Andromeda and Nightingale and Gaia. Hopefully there'll be enough there to, if I want to change and swap, or what mood I want to do in, to get some progress really going. Now if you let me just gather my thoughts, have a drink, and I'll get my stash together, and I'll tell you about my trip to Wales with 5 others, because there were 6 of us in the end. I had a lovely weekend with lovely weather in a little place just down from Wrexham, and this allowed us to go to Create Nostalgia. So I'll tell you about my trip to Wales, and then I'll show you what I bought there, and then I've got my charity stash haul, what I got from charity shops when I popped into the vets next door. Just let me get my thoughts together, have a sip, and I'll be back with you in a moment. 17th of May, I travelled to a little farm just outside Alstray. Now, on the way there, I decided, I don't know why, that I would take the shortest route, but not the fastest. I ended up going up over the moors, and I mean right over the moors, down again, up towards Blackstone Falls, heading towards Wales and Wrexham, and I saw a signpost going Newcastle. I'm thinking, hey, where am I going? Anyway, I kept to the sat nav and I found where I was going to meet up with the girls. Now, we were going to meet up at a fabric shop in Astray, and my God, fabric galore. So much fabric, it was absolutely beautiful. There was velvet, there was cushions, there were panels, there were trims, you name it, it was there. Now, I've got enough material, but I could not resist. And these are the 3 materials that I bought. And I probably bought more than I should have, but I just loved them and I thought I could make some lovely project bags with these. So the first one I bought was this lovely sea creature one, and I'm looking to make this into a folder, and it's going to be durable. It's thicker than most of the lawn cotton that I've been using, so it's going to be a bit more sturdier because this is more canvassy. But isn't that gorgeous? That would be robust for outside. I'm thinking of a folder, but I'll have to see. And yeah, so that's that one. I bought a metre, so there's plenty to mess around with. Then the next one I saw, and I saw one of my companions buy this, and I fell in love with it, and I thought this is absolutely gorgeous. So let me just fold it, that's it, and show it to you. There you go. It's all bees and honey to bees, so it's a lovely little summer thing. So that's that one. And the last one, I love William Morris, and you know I'm stitching a tapestry of William Morris, but I haven't touched it since my hands flared up because of a wall, and don't know whether it's lanolin or something else in it, but I will get back to it. But here we go, William Morris. I don't know if this is a strawberry thief. Let's just have a look at it. Studio G, you exclusive, but it's in the either William Morris or in the style of William Morris. It's absolutely gorgeous. So those are the 3 materials I bought. I'm just going to delve down here. As I was paying for the material, I saw these. And I said to Sammy, who I went with, these ought to make quite good like bobbin things. So some of them had curves and some of them didn't, but I didn't look at the price, and what I didn't realise is that it wasn't per ribbon, but for the whole reel was something stupid like, was it £2? So I've got 3 different ribbons on this one. I've got some binding and some black trim on this one, and I've got these that I can use at a later date for finishing. That was that. So we all trundled off to the house and got settled in and started stitching. That's where I did most of my Santa's house on Friday night. Then Saturday we got up, meandered, and we went to create nostalgia. Now I went with Sarah, and Sarah and I were following the sat nav. and we ended in someone's yard. Obviously wasn't creating nostalgia, but I checked on my sat nav and it showed me where we were right in the place. So we looked at each other and went, let's go down. So we went further down the road, around a bend, and then we found it. And it was this lovely little cottage building. I'll put a photograph here of the building. And we went in and it was absolutely gorgeous. Right, where was I? So we went to create nostalgia and it was gorgeous. It was like being a kid in Candy Town. It was absolutely stupendous. It's not that big, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And the first thing I fell on was the material that I am stitching a good marriage on, and that was lamb's wool. And so a friend that I was with picked up the antique linen, and we said we'd go halves. So she's got half of it, I've got the other. So this is the antique 32 count. Let me show you. Stick itself down. Has been opened. Let's just do that. And this is the material. It's linen. As I said, 32 count. And that is that. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So I've got another nice little neutrals that I can do a project on, and I have got a project in mind for that one, so I'll show you that. And the chart, well, I came out with several charts, and so let me just start with this one. So this one is absolutely wonderful. It's a Halloween screen, and I will probably stitch it in Dinky Dyes or Gentle Arts. And it's got a fire screen, so I don't know whether to get that or not, or put it in a frame, but that is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to stitching that in the future. I've got so many patterns to stitch. I'm going to have to be very judicious. I'm going to have to be very picky on what I stitch. But I just could not resist buying that one. And the other one I bought was also from Drawn Thread, the Wildflower Garden. It's supposed to be stitched on 32 count cream Belfast linen, but I'm thinking of the lamb's wool for that one. And I also have got, and I have never worked with needlepoint ink silk, so I've got, well, I've all bought or ordered all the silks for this. The silks feel absolutely lovely, so that's one of the colours. So I've got all, or will have all the silks when the rest come in. I've got the beads to go with it. So the only thing I didn't get was a charm, and what I was thinking, I could do something like a speciality stitch in the middle rather than the charm, like a Sumerian stitch or something like that. So you don't have to always go with what the things say. So that's that one, and I'm not going to tell you how much I spent, but those silks were almost £5 each. Then I saw this outside. It's a sleeping bee. They did it on 28 count. I'll probably do it on the suggested 40. And it uses classic Colourworks, Weeks and GA. Oh, what's that? GA. I know what it is, but I can't remember. If you remember, pop it down underneath. GA, GA, GA. Gentle Arts. That's it, Gentle Arts. My brain just went senile then. But then, yeah, I'd love that. That looks absolutely beautiful. And I saw the model stitched on 28 and it was gorgeous. It had a big mirror thing to do it. And then this one I thought would be lovely for Halloween. It's a quote from Shakespeare and it's from Primrose Cottage Stitches, and it's a double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. And it's all DMC, designed by Lindsay Waite, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So yeah, so that's another one. And then I got a couple of kits, and I didn't quite realise that were work kits, but this is from the Mary Jane collection, the lady that owns Creates Nostalgia, and this is Cymru, and it's a Welsh sampler, Celtic Wales sampler, so that would be a nice reminder of this trip, this weekend away. And I went back, we had a break. Mary serves tea, coffee and cream and jam scones, so we all went off and had that, and some of us haven't finished shopping, went back, and there was me looking through the things thinking, I want that Welsh one, I want the Welsh one. Is it on? Oh, someone's got it. Yeah, someone's got it. So I couldn't even remember what I was buying. That's how bad it was. And the last one, it did have some buttons which I gave away because I didn't particularly like it, and I'll probably recenter some of the stitching, but welcome to a home of a stitcher. And that is that one. So I've got two black work patterns, and the price of that is for those things that I gave away, but hey ho. And also I got some trimmings, some tape measure trimmings that I will use in my sewing when I do some of my bags that I can make tags for or trims for when you're doing something. So I've got that one and that one. So that was Saturday. Spent out, spent up, went back, and we settled down. Now, did we have a takeaway that night? Yes, we had a takeaway. But anyway, plenty of stitching that done that night, and that's when I started my Good Marriage sampler. So I'm just spot for choice now for what I want to do next. I know this one will probably be one of the first ones, but I've got some of my Quaker ones to start as well. So that is my Create Nostalgia stash. And then we got really early on Sunday, and we got up and we went to a local car boot sale. I think it was in Cherwick, somewhere like that. And we got there really, really early. And despite getting there really early, we pulled up some really good bargains between us. I mean, some of them were too good that you didn't want to haggle. So let me just show you a couple of things that I bought. Well, first off, one of the things I saw was this recipe stand. But I was thinking, recipes? Nah. This would be nice to put one of my cross stitches on and display it and have it around the house or in my craft room. So I bought this, and I think this was a £5, and it's absolutely brand new. And it probably cost more than that in the thing. I'll put a photograph up of it, but I also bought a hexagon that's brand new from a shop that's closing down, and I paid £8 to £10 for it. And it's I said hexagon, I meant pentagram. And I put a photo up here. It's in my craft room at the moment, and I thought that would be really nice to put some little bits and bobs, ornaments and stitchy things on it for Halloween. So I bought that. Tea lights, and I thought that I could make those into little pincushions, so that, you know, you can have pincushions. You can have one upstairs, one downstairs, or, you know, something. You can stitch something or make something and make a thing on. Well, I think these cost me 50p. 50p. And then another thing that cost me 50p was this tray. Now, yes, it's a nice tray, I could put things on, but I was actually thinking that I could put a cross stitch in here, perhaps get some perspex, either keep it as a tray or take these out and make it as a picture frame type thing. So, and it's easy to do, it's handmade, and I think this is £1, maybe 50p, I can't remember. As I said, it wasn't even worth haggling about sometimes. So there's that one. But before I do my charity stash, I'll show you the book that I bought this month. Now this book is about the Burrow, from the Burrow collection, and it's introducing European embroideries. I haven't gone through the whole lot yet. I haven't read it from cover to cover, but I have flicked through, and it tells you about different embroideries that are around. You know, it's like that. And it gives you a bit of history of it. You know, like a valance from a bed. So, like religious clothing and things like that. So that is going to be an interesting read. Sit down and have a read of that, and look at the panels and look at the needlework and go, ah, oh, look at that. Most of this has to be kept out of sunshine. And I got recommended this from one of my Zoom meetings that I attended. So yeah, that's that one. Now I'm going to give you a break. It's going to be seconds really. And I'm going to sort out my charity shop stash. Right, before we move on to my charity shop stash, I forgot to mention I picked this up for £1 as well. It's a modern one, but I thought that would be ideal to put one of my designs, completed works in. So that's that one. And I was thinking Moonlight Moggies might fit. We'll have to wait and see. So that's that one. So let's go on to the charity shop. Now I'm going to show you some photographs first, and these are for free picture frames that I picked up for £9.50 the lot. So yeah, I've got this big massive wooden one that will be big enough to put a sampler in. I've got a massive big long one, you know, it's like that I thought perhaps if ever I finished 3 Mirabilias in the same series, I could put them in, or any other thing that I've got in a series that will fit 3 in a row. So that's that one, and then a small gold trimmed one that I could put a picture in. So those are my frames that I've picked up this month. Then there are several bundles for a £5 or for £3, so I've picked up a couple. I took out the bits that wasn't relevant to me, like crocheting or sewing patterns that I wouldn't use, and I gave them back to them and said, you might as well have I'll buy these and I'll redonate these to you because I won't use them. So in one of the packs I have got the Rose Fairy kit, Flower Fairies by Cecily Mark Mary Baker. So I've got a large one of those. They had it originally for £3, but the whole bundle was a £5. Then I've got a chart from a kit, and this is the Iris Fairy, and the chart's very readable, so that's that one. So I imagine that one would be smaller than the other one. So those two, and then I have got the Shirley Poppy Fairy, so they will go together. Yes, I've had that for years and I've still not stitched it. Then there's a chart by Kathy Livingston, A Change of Seasons, and it's Summer Garden, and it's from Just Cross Stitch. And you can tell how old it is by the way the telephone number is phrased. And there you go, that's a nice one. Then so this is something that cost me £7 to £10 for the whole lot. Historical Sampler Company, and that is the Scandi Heart sampler. So let me show you that one. And I love historical samplers. Then I've got, and if you're a dog lover, this would be really up your street. Let me see when it was printed, if I can. 1984. So this is a 1984 book of dogs. I mean, styles have changed since then when we did cross stitch back then, but I'm sure that if someone wanted a dog, or Dalmatian, Scottish Terrier, Maltese, I won't show you the charts, I'll just show you these. But they have got lots, and there's some more on the back. So that's that one. Oh, I've got another Flower Fairies, and this one is the Heliotrope Fairy. So that's 3 Flower Fairies I've got there. Then I've got 1, 2, is it 2 of, no 2, thought I might have had 3, but no. If you like horses, we've got the Hunting Series Design number 1. over the stone wall, and it is, the graph is like, it is massive, it's a big graph, and copyright is 1983. So this is the number 3, and this is Huntsman at the Snooty Fox Inn. Then I've got a chart from Buffy Threads with a bit of leftover threads. I'm sure that I could match those up if I wanted to stitch those. They wanted £3 just for that. And I got it in a bundle for 5. Can't go wrong. And so that's that one. Then I've got a graph for a festive garland from one of the cross stitch magazines. They said there's a gift pack, there is, but there we go. Sorry, there we go. So that's that one. Then we've got this book, and this is The Countryside in Cross Stitch, and it has some lovely patterns. Let me show you. If you want to make some trees cards, wildflower cushion. I mean, they're still relevant today, and these are my favourites, the butterflies. So, and then there's a country samplers, needle books, a load of projects to keep you happy on that one. If you were looking for a certain project for a certain thing, that I think I will find that very useful. And then we have got from Creative Keepsakes, The Elegant Victorian Lady, and those are all the ladies that they have got charted there. I don't know if you can see them all. There's Portrait in Blue, Portrait in Copper, Portrait in Green, Portrait in Garnet. Then there's Lady in Red, in Fuchsia, in Lavender, in Copper, in Blue, in Pink, in Green and Turquoise. So I won't show you the patterns, but that is something I will use. And you'll probably see some of these in my giveaways. And then there's another one designed by Stephanie Seabrook Hedgepath, 1988, and this is the Sporting Horses. So that is that one. Then I've got this little bonus one which I love, and I'm seriously thinking of stitching it for Christmas, and it is Somebody Under the Mistletoe, and it's from DMC. I think it's one of their free patterns that they gave out. So yes, it's a supplement to Enjoy Cross Stitch, so that must be quite a while ago. Just Enjoy Cross Stitch. Then let me see, I'll leave those two to later. Then there's one from a card, a free birthday card kit. Everything's there, I checked, and it's complete in chart, key, fabric, threads, needle, card and envelope. And there's a little happy birthday butterfly. So that's that one. Then there's a Christmas chart as well. there is in this one, it says inside you'll get 14 count guide, 3 lengths of stranded cotton, needle, 3 festive cards and envelopes. Well, there's no material in that one, and just some threads and the pattern. So that one I could theoretically stitch and put that in the tray and have that for Christmas. An idea. Then I have never seen one of these before, and then I think I realised it's one of those that you cross stitch and stitch onto a garment or a bag or a project bag, and I think that's what I'll probably do, is when I make a project bag, is do a design and stitch it on that and put it on the project bag. So I mean, for 10 quid, say, I don't even think it was that, but that. Then we've got from Thames Barge. It's from a kit, but it's a chart, and the chart's there, everything's there, it's pristine, and there you go. And it's from Champagne's Collections. And it's from Holmfirth in Yorkshire, so it's not travelled far. Someone's picked it up when they've been out and about. There you go. Like in the day, we used to go to some villages and some touristy places, and you'd find a needlework shop or some sort of fabric shop with some needlework in it. Now this one, the chart is fine and everything. It's a DMC chart, and it's River Ant at Irsted. And there you go. So that one looks like a lot of greens, and it almost looks like full coverage. So that's that one. Then I've got to go in this bag because there's some bits. They put 2 lots of things together, and right, so I'm just trying to work out which goes to which. So we've got a Forever Friends. It was a kit, but we've got the chart, which is in good nick. So that's the chart, Forever Friends, so that's a nice one. And then we've got Gold Dimensions Petite. Again, the chart's in fairly good nick for being used. It's folded, it's been folded, but that's that one, and it states that it was chart only. So that's that one. So I've got a pile here, and it's got, and then we have got Treasure Samplers by Anne Lane, and it is a kit that was out, and it was on 16 count. It had buttons and charts, and it's a counted cross-stitch design of a marriage sampler. I'm sure that if you were doing that, you could pick up beads or bells and buttons and whatever you need for that. So that's that one. So those are, oh no they're not, and what got me is in these packets I got 2 embroidery tablecloths. So this is the first one, and I'll show you the printed design. I'm not going to pull it out. It hasn't got the lace on the end, so you have to trim it yourself. But picking up a bit of lace or trimming isn't going to be very hard, or you can just hem it. And yeah, so that's that one. And then there's this one. Which is also gorgeous and printed. So that is my charity stash. Right, now we'll come on to my eBay haul. I'm trying very hard not to do too much patterns and that, but when you just fall on something that is unbelievable or dirt cheap, you have to buy it. Now this one is a Bacilla Creative, let me pull the chart out, Needlecraft. I got it from, it's a crewel sampler. I got it from eBay. It comes with pattern, threads and stamped thingamajig. Stamped pattern, that's what I'm trying to say, is, and this, do you want to guess what the price was that I paid for this? Well, in fact, the postage cost more than what I paid for the item. The postage was $3.99 or $3.98, something like that. I paid 99p for this, so in total just under a fiver. Bargain. So I'll be looking forward to doing that sometime in the future. Let me just put that back. I will put it back, it's just fallen apart. And then, because of the 2 drawn threads that I have bought in Wales, I was just looking through to see what they had on eBay. I was just browsing and this came up, and this is Love and Wisdom. Love and Wisdom. It's on by the Drawn Thread, and it has, again, it's needlepoint or DMC floss, so there's no hardship there. And this, including postage, now let me see, right, I've just checked, this was $3.95 plus $1.95 postage, $3.99 when I paid, and it's supposed to be this one $16 each at the price of this one, and I paid, was it £12 something for the other one. So it's in the same style as a banner, so this will probably go with the other one, and it can be sort of partnered. So there's that one, and those, I think that is it. That is all. It's been a long video. I appreciate that you stayed with me for this, and if you liked it, could you give me a big thumbs up? And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, could you consider subscribing? And I'll see you hopefully at the end of the month for my June catch up, and if you're lucky, I might be able to squeeze in something extra, but I'll have to wait and see how things go and how things plan out. So in the meantime, take care, look after yourself and keep stitching. Bye for now, and I'll see you soon. Oh, we have a visitor at the end of the day. Let me just pan across. There you go. One of my babies. Yeah? And he decided to use a sneak visit at the end of the video. So all being well, I'll see you soon. Bye for now. you.